What's up, guys? My name is Miguel and welcome to another episode of That Geek Statue Show right here on Toy Quest 101. For today's episode, we got a big one for you today because we finally received our Cyclops 1/3 scale statue from our friends over at XM Studios in collaboration with Legendary Beast Studios, which is one of my favorite studios, and I'm super pumped up, so let's get started. What's up, guys? Welcome back to this episode of That Geek Statue Show right here on Toy Quest 101. My name is Miguel, and like I mentioned to you before, we finally got one of my most anticipated statues of the year, and that's another banger from our friends over at Legendary Beast Studios in collaboration with XM Studios, and this is the Cyclops 1/3 scale statue that I finally received, that I've been waiting for all year, but it's finally here. Now, if you guys joined us before, you know that we love Legendary Beast Studios, and we have unboxed the Magneto and reviewed that one as well, which was a 1/3 statue, and that is absolutely fabulous. This is another one to add to that X-Men line, and of course, it's the captain of the X-Men, the leader, Cyclops. Now, before we start, we want to remind you guys to subscribe to Toy Quest 101, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any toy reviews, statue unboxings, or any celebrity guests that might pop up on our show. Now, this is a limited piece, an extremely limited piece, because now they only made 150 of these, so they have a very low ES, and this is a gorgeous piece from looking at pictures and other collectors that got it, and I cannot wait to unbox it and review for you guys today and let you know my opinion on this amazing statue. Now, I'm already pumped up and I'm ready because my friends over at White Gold Industries sent me this classic X-Men animated 1992 shirt, and I cannot appreciate that anymore because this calls for that special occasion since we're unboxing this mammoth of a Cyclops statue, and I cannot wait. So let's talk about the box. The box is huge. Now, this one only came in one box versus the Magneto that came in two, but it still is a 1/3 statue, and it has a lot of things to go with it, so I cannot wait to unbox it. The box is your typical Legendary Beast Studios box with the picture of the statue in front of it, and on the sides it's gonna say Cyclops, but it is a black box. Enough about the box, enough about that, man. I'm so pumped up. Let's get to unboxing this bad boy right now. What's up, guys? Welcome back. And as you can see, Cyclops is out of the box, assembled and on the turntable, and this absolutely has an incredible presence because of the sheer size. Now this is a 1/3 scale statue, so it's 26 inches tall and about 15 inches wide, and this is from our friends over at XM Studios in collaboration with Legendary Beast Studios, and this is really amazing. Now there are a lot of Cyclops statues out there, but you don't really see the X-Men in a 1/3 format, so this looks really good and just catches your eye the minute you look at it. Now this has a lot of Easter eggs on it, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit, but I love everything about this statue so far, and let's just start talking about it. So let's start with the base. Now the base is one of my favorite things, and I think this is something that Legendary Beast Studios is known for, is the little Easter eggs and the homage that it pays to all the comic books for us fans out there. Now what I love about this is that this is from one of Scott Summers' most dangerous foes, his arch enemy, Mr. Sinister, because this is one of the labs from Mr. Sinister, and as you can see, it's a clone lab, and it also includes the Brood, and this is a broken Brood clone pod right here on the base, which looks absolutely stunning. Now the Brood was introduced to us in the Uncanny X-Men 155. The Brood are a race of alien parasites that reproduce by implanting their eggs in their hosts, and they are a reoccurring enemy of the X-Men and one of their worst threats. So I absolutely love that they included the Brood in this. And again, Mr. Sinister is one of Scott Summers' deadliest foes. They're constantly going at it, and he's also one of my favorite villains. So the fact that this base represents his clone lab is really cool. Now there's a lot of things to this. It looks almost similar to the Magneto base, same type of style, but I absolutely love the ooze and that wet gloss that they included that makes it look even better, because it is a broken Brood clone pod, so you can see all the slime coming down from the Brood and all that, and it just looks really good. A lot of high gloss in certain areas to represent that, and I think they did an amazing job with that. Now the other things that you're gonna see here is a lot of broken pipes and wiring and stuff, because again, it looks like Cyclops is going into battle and he just killed this Brood, and this just looks absolutely incredible. I really love the base. I'm really hoping that XM Studios and Legendary Beast Studios does a Mr. Sinister as a companion piece for this. I think that would really set the bar for this line, especially with the X-Men and the villains, and Cyclops being one of Mr. Sinister's enemies as well. Now let's talk about the Brood himself. The Brood looks absolutely fantastic. The details on him are incredible. I absolutely love his face. You see his teeth, are all over the place. They're all crooked and jagged, just like they are in the comics. You see his tongue sticking out because, obviously he died, but you're gonna see all that gloss on the top. His wings looks absolutely amazing. I mean, everything about this, the way he's laid out on this base and kind of hanging over, just looks really good. I think they did a good job with that. Now, another thing I want to talk about with the base is this broken shards of glass here. I think that looks really good. It's almost like a translucent resin that they made for it. It looks really good. I'm glad they did that, because it just shows that it's a broken Brood case like we talked about earlier, and it just adds to that element, and I think it just looks really good. Now one thing I don't like, that I felt like they had an opportunity to do a little bit better, are the TV monitors. Now the TV monitors look great, but I really don't like the idea of the sticker on it. I wish that they did use some of that translucent resin here that they did with the broken shards of glass on the TV. It kind of probably look a little bit better. I'm not a fan of the stickers on the TV, but they still look pretty good, but I wish they did do something differently with that. I also like that this does have an LED feature, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, but I do wish that these TVs also lit up. I think that would have been a cool thing to do, and not just his Cyclops' eyes or lens. Other than that, the base looks incredible. I think they did an amazing job, including the Brood. And again, Mr. Sinister is one of his enemies, so everything about this base just makes sense. Really love that about this statue. Now let's talk about Cyclops, man. Cyclops looks absolutely amazing. This is probably one of the best Cyclopses out there, in my opinion. I love the colors here. You're gonna see the blues, the royal blues, and that yellow with his boots. Everything about him looks good. The sculpt is really amazing. He's jacked, he's really ripped. You're gonna see the wrinkles in the sculpt here where his abs are at. You're gonna see all the bends and stuff over here on his thighs and legs. And again, the color combination here looks really, really good. The paint applications look good. I love his belt. His belt, you're gonna see all the pouches and stuff. You're gonna see the X-Men logo here in the middle, and on his chest, you're also gonna see that X-Men logo, which looks really, really good. Now, this comes with 2 torsos, like we saw in the unboxing. I really like this torso that's kind of showing him with the hand attachment, which is, you know, doing his optic blast. I think we're gonna keep that one. Now the portrait, I kept this one just so you guys can see it on the camera, but I think I'm gonna use the one where he's actually looking up screaming. Now I love that about this statue because you could position this statue in a lower tier in your display, which those are really hard to find, but Cyclops could be looking up, doing his optic blast. I think that's the one I'm gonna go with. I love this torso, really, really looks good. I love all the options. Now another opportunity I wish they would have done was have a little bust to put that other torso or maybe another portrait to go ahead and, you know, put on your display as well. Because if not, you're gonna put those other options away in the box and they kind of just go to waste. But I do love this about this statue, having all these options. And again, I think they really did a good job. Now, another thing to mention that they did an amazing job with is his strap that goes around his neck and chest. They did this very, very well because it does cover that seam that it has when you're putting the portrait on. So I think they did that on purpose, and that was very good thinking on their behalf with Legendary Beast Studios, covering that seam there, and it just came out perfect, right? Now, another thing that I love about this statue is that they did include an LED feature in Cyclops' glasses. Now, in the portrait on the side, you're gonna see a little area for the battery, and now this is also included in all 3 portraits, where you could pop in these batteries and the eyes will light up right behind the glasses of Cyclops for his optic blast. And I think that's just an amazing feature to have and really shows this character's powers in the statue. Now let's talk about the portrait, man. You have 3 portraits with this aside from the 2 torsos and the hand. This portrait right here, he's screaming and he's looking at you, again doing the optic blast. Again, 3 different portraits that you could choose from. I love the screaming face here. I think that looks good. And again, I might be using the one that he's looking up, but for now, we're using the one that he's looking straight at you, doing the optic blast. And I think they did an incredible job. Now, that's something I really love about Legendary Beast Studios in collaboration with XM Studios, is that they really think about it all and they really pay attention to details and really give us that classic comic book representation of these characters. Now, I really do think, in my honest opinion, the XM Studios' best lines are the ones that they collaborate with Legendary Beast Studios. And you know, here we love Legendary Beast Studios. We've done almost all of their statues, including the X-Men Magneto, which we're gonna have in the link of the bio of the video if you haven't seen it already. But we are huge fans of the Legendary Beast Studios in collaboration with XM Studio line statues. I think those are the best to this day amongst any company out there, and this is a perfect example why. Now again, they only made 150 of these, so we're gonna have the link in the bio of the video, and hopefully there'll still be some there left for you guys to go ahead and grab yours. But this is an absolutely great price, a very low ES, and an amazing X-Men to have in your X-Men collection, especially if you're gonna be collecting that X-Men line from XM Studios and Legendary Beast Studios. I think they nailed this one. Another home run for these guys. I absolutely love this character. I love what they did with the base. And again, I'm really hoping for that Mr. Sinister as a companion piece. So if XM Studios, you're listening, let's get that knocked out with Legendary Beast Studios. I think that would sell very, very well. Now again, we're gonna have all the links in the bio of the video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to us. We absolutely love bringing you new content, new statues, and all kind of things here on this channel. And we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. And don't forget to subscribe to Toy Quest 101. We'll see you guys on another episode. Bye, guys.